So 15's got. Well, let's just go ahead and write this sucker in matrix form. Start us off. Cool. I like it. Let me ask kind of a weird question. Which column do you not try to make zeros in?
It's always the right.
Huh?
The one always the right. The column always the right.
Yeah, the column all the way this way, of course, because those are the numbers, those are the answers. They have no variables. You don't want to kill them. That's where your answer is going to be. So did something specific happen with this one, or is it just a, you picked one, you're like, I don't understand matrices, just do one of them situation? Is that?
Yeah.
All right.
So I started and then I couldn't get past the first column.
Oh, okay. So let's get to that point, because maybe a specific kind of thing happened. Let's find out. What's really nice about a certain piece of this, looking at that first column?
It's one right.
There's a 1 up there where it's supposed to be 11. If there's a 1 here or here, you just move it. If there's a 3 here, don't just divide by 3 and make fractions. My God, you don't have to. Will it work? Of course it will. Will it be nice? No. So how do I use that 1 to kill, let's say, the 2 there?
Times by negative 2.
Say again?
Times by negative 2.
Yeah, multiply by negative 2. So negative 2, row 1. Add it to row 2. Put the answer where? Where do you want the 0?
To R2.
Yeah, to row 2. I love it. I want a 0 here. Or 2. So then if I multiply, now again, it's been the weekend. The weekend has happened. Our brains have lost some stuff. You guys still with me at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay. So the way I do this is I don't rewrite the whole damn thing. I just put next to the row what it would be. Because I only need that multiplied by negative 2 for a minute. So why rewrite the whole damn thing? So next to row 1, I'm going to put it what it would be. Ooh, you're a good one. If I multiply by negative 2. So then in row 2 it becomes 0.
Three.
3. 4. Negative 6 and 4. Negative 2. Let me see if I can push this a little bit. Now, let's see.
That's exactly where I got. And then I did all the other stuff and then I couldn't get past it.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Why am I not done with the first column yet?
There's still 4 there.
Still a 4 there. Now to even make less writing for myself, if you can handle this, do I need this shit anymore?
No.
No, it did its job. But now how would I kill a 4? Multiply row 1 by negative 4. You guys, same idea. If you understand what I did with the negative 2, then you have to totally understand what I'm doing with the negative 4. I'm not going to rewrite the whole damn thing again. Right? So you understand matrices, how they work, you can start to shortcut the process. Can you shortcut the other way? No. The x, y, z, kill an x again. They can't shortcut that shit. All right, so negative 4, row 1, plus row 3. Put the answer, of course, in row 3, because that's where I want the 0 to be. I don't want to screw with that 1. So let me write next to the first row what it would be if I did it by negative 4. Negative 4, 8, 6, negative 6. Like it.
And then add to the third row.
Yep. Negative 4 plus 4 is 0. 8 plus 5 is 13. 6 plus 6 is 12. Negative 6 and 4 is negative 2. And the first row is just all, I'm still here. So use that 1 twice. I killed that there, and I killed that there.
Wait, okay, so you multiplied row 1 by -4, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Where did I get that from?
Yeah, that's what I was.
Oh my God, I just kind of repeated what I did there. You gotta love that shit. So let's see. What was it? 12 and -12.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So then, oop, you're fine. Let's try this again. 8 and 5 was 13. 12 and 6 is 18. -12 and 4 is -8. I like it.
That's right.
And that's where I got stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I thought might have happened. I want to show you a couple cool things you do. One is not so cool, the other one's way cool.
If you use the second row, would you still get the same answer? I know it's adding another step, but
How do you mean use the second row to kill these two?
to
Or-
kill the second
four?
row to kill the third row.
No, that's beautiful. You could have, instead of doing this, you could have done -2 times row 2 plus row 3. You could have done that first.
It wouldn't mess.
You don't have to use the 1.
Okay.
I really, all right. Let me see. If I have the numbers 1, -1, and 4, right? Let's say I call them A, B, C. Are you with me? How many relationships can I write? So, for example, what do I mean by that? A plus B plus C would be 1 minus 1 is 0 plus 4 is 4, right? How big of a list would this be? 2A minus 3B plus C, I can figure out what that is, right? How many more could you do? Infinite number. So every time, any combination of these will come up with an equation that has these as an answer, right? So it doesn't matter, you wouldn't get the same numbers I just got, but you would still get an equation that has these, or whatever it is, as the answer.
That would give us.
That's why that doesn't matter which row you use to kill what. It doesn't matter because there's an infinite number of combinations of these. Okay, I like it. I like it. Now, all right, let me show you something really cool. What do you wish was here?
0.
A 1.
A 1. Right? What do you wish was here is a 0. What do you wish was here is a 1. Can you see how to make a 1 here, not divide by 3? Watch. What if I multiply this by 4? Let me just say, by -4. Multiply row 2 by -4. Why the shit would I do that? Because then what would you get here? -12 plus 13 is 1. So not every step you do has to kill something. That's the beauty of a matrix also. You can use a step that doesn't kill anybody, but it makes something that makes it easy to kill. Ah.
But then the 0.
Won't go away because 0 plus 0 is 0. If you multiply this by -4, what's this?
Oh.
0. When you add it to 0, you get 0. That's why you go column by column, because then the zeros are there. They're not going to screw with each other. You just never want to do this plus this or something.
I think that's what I was trying to do. Like,
If
I
you
was
do
trying
this plus this, you make a 1 here, but you lose that 0.
Yeah.
You don't want to do something that makes you lose a 0 because you worked hard to make that 0.
So in this instance, you only, because it's like a three row, you would only use the middle or the last one to get the numbers?
Yeah, these two are going to play off each other because they won't screw with their zeros.
Okay.
I like it. So let's take this next step then. Now you could also, alternately, you can multiply him by -13, multiply him by 3, add these and you get a 0 here, right? But what's nice about this step is I get that 1 there, and then it's easy to kill that and that with that 1. That's just... This is like a next level thing. Like you wouldn't normally think to do this, but now I'm showing you, yeah, this is part of the flexibility. If I multiply this row by -4 and add it to row 3, I'll put the answer in row 2. Oh boy. Is everybody cool with that? Because what am I making by multiplying this by -4 and adding it? I'm making a 1. Where do I want that 1? There. I like. Now you could put it here, to be honest, and then switch those. I know I'm throwing all that at you, but remember, you can switch rows whenever you want to. And to be honest, to be really honest, what would be kind of nice about putting it here? You lose a stupid big ass 13, right? But let's just go forward like we didn't see that. So another extra layer on top. Does everybody understand the idea behind multiplying this by -4 and then adding it? I'm making a 1. You don't need a 1, but shit, it's a lot easier than if there's no 1. So, what do I get then? If I multiply this by -4, see if I can do this right this time. There you go, buddy. Look at you go. -4 times all this stuff, right? And then add it to this row. Put the answer here, though. 0 plus 0 is 0. -12 and 13 is 1. -16 and 18 is 2. And 8 minus 8? 0. What happened? Is everything cool?
-16.
It just
-16, yeah.
It just confuses me how you put like the parentheses around it, because it makes me think like, oh, you have to multiply 12 times 3. You know?
Whatever notation you want to, or if you don't like this at all, rewrite it.
Or like
Replace this row with these numbers,
Yeah.
but then you're writing a lot more than you really have to. So I just do this for myself just to say this is what this would be. I don't have to, why would I rewrite the row if I really just need these bigger numbers for a minute? I just put down next to it what it would be and then forget about it. Some of you guys get that. And again, the less you understand the little shortcuts I do, the less you do them. You just rewrite the matrix more and more and more. But then your brain starts going, why are you doing all this shit? You start to lose a little faith. Let's see, where am I at? Oh, so now I've got everything else stays the same. And now I can use that one to kill the stuff above and below it. And what's beautiful about this, that 0 won't screw with that 1 or that 0. So remember, this is what I call the laser, right? If I double it, it'll kill this, but it won't mess with that. If I multiply this by -13, it'll kill this, but it won't mess with the 0. Okay, maybe.
Okay, so
And then I'll let you guys keep going with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Because that's the spot I thought would happen. And I was hoping somebody would ask a question. And again, just to remind you guys, if you don't like this weird 1 shit I'm doing, just multiply this row by -13 and this row by 3. Won't that make a 0 here? Remember, zeros are the ultimate goal. 1s are nice, but zeros are really what you want. And there's always more than one way to make a 0. Hopeful. I just want you to realize this is the flexibility you have. You can make a 1 somewhere, but not by making fractions. I could divide this row by 3. I really don't want to, right? I get 4/3 and -2/3. Yeah.
So, for the second row, and the second column, what you do was you multiply that second row by 2 to kill the -2 up top.
Are we talking about this here?
No, this one there, all the way to the right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you multiply this row by 2
2.
and add it to the first row.
And
See, now I'm going to move on to this column here, right? Multiply this row by 2, add it here. That'll make a 0 here. Multiply this by
13.
-13. That'll kill this, and it won't mess with this. If you're ever doing something and you lose a 0, more than likely you made a mistake. It'll be very rarely that the matrix will be something that you have to lose a 0 or something. You shouldn't have to lose zeros. Why are zeros so beautiful? Why? What does a 0 mean up here? What does that mean? I killed that x variable, right? That's why a 0 is, normally you're like, I don't want 0. 0's funky. 0 does weird shit. Here I want 0. Yeah.
And essentially, when you have 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, the first one is x, the second one is y, and the other one is z, or a, b, c.
Yeah, whatever the variables are, yeah. I love it. You just read the answer, pow, at the end. If you got this in the right order. Now, is that really necessary? I mean, if I had a problem with x, y, z, and I had this, x is what? X is
2. Oh, X
Three.
is 3.
X is 3, y is
2.
2, z is
-1.
-1. But you can see why you'd much rather have this in the right order, because then you can just read them off at the end, right? So you can just switch, boom! So then they're just in the right order, right? Just be careful. I know that about half of you will just basically not do this section, but
We'll do
Just
it.
wait for the next
I'll
section.
just wait, man. I'll get enough points from the other shit, hopefully. But this really doesn't take that much to get it to click. It doesn't take that much. It's not hard. Some of these problems are just long. It's not difficult, though. It really
The
isn't.
numbers start getting.
The math involved here is not a multiplying and adding shit. That's easy. I'm not trying to make you feel bad if you don't understand. I'm not. Just trying to let you know it's not as hard as you're making it. It really isn't. You hear teachers say that kind of thing. As a math teacher, I try not to say that. This is a situation where I can say that. Okay. I got more people in here. Oh my gosh, shit. Let me see. Let me try to get some stuff away. And Laura, Acuna, Kyle, Adams, Linda May. Oh, Kyle. Linda May, Juan, Francisco. So Francisco, I think. What is it? Yeah, I'm gonna go. I was saying the wrong thing. Wayne, Jacinia. Oh, more stuff. Will, David, Ricardo, Shay. You make corrections on that. All right. Anything else from homework stuff?
So when you get the answers from matrices or whatever, you write it down as x equals, 3 and stuff?
Yeah. So this wouldn't be the answer. You have to write down y is 2, x is 3, z is -1.
Okay. Can we try one like word problem?
Okay.
9.2,
Sure.
13?
13.
Yeah.
Oh, Reba. Working at Starbucks.
Yeah, that's good.
Taking one afternoon to learn how to be a human being, but oh well. I don't know if that's all it takes. If it was, holy shit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, what the hell? So Reba. So you got a lot of information coming in. You got sizes of cups. You got money per size. And you got, total number of cups, total amount of money, and so forth. So it says, what I always look for, so it says 12-ounce cup of cup, blah, blah, blah. She serves 55 cups of coffee. That's one equation. Emptying 6 144-ounce brewers. Yeah. So that deals with the weight, right, or the volume, or the weight, while collecting a total of 120, and that deals with the money. So you got a cups, a size, and you got money. Those are the three equations you got, right? What are my unknowns specifically?
How many, what size cup of each?
The number of 12-ounce cups, right, so forth. So what do you want to call them? So the number of 12-ounce cups, the number of 16-ounce and the 20-ounce, right? I like going to Einstein Bagel and actually saying medium instead of whatever shit grande. Feels nice. Grande? No, just give me a freaking medium. So what kind of symbols do you want to use for those? Yeah, I saw somebody using small, medium, large. You can use tall, grande, and yes, sorry. So what's pretty cool so far. That's the first step, really. Is I can kind of gloss over the math entirely, the numbers. Who gives a shit? 12, who cares if it's 12 ounce? I don't care how much money it is. What are the things? There's 3 sizes of cup. Okay, I need to give those things names. Now I can bring in, now what's the easiest equation to write? Yeah. The first equation is that fact that there's, what was it, 55?
Yeah.
Cups of coffee that were sold. Right. So the cups this size, the cups this size, cups this size, it has to be 55 because there are 55 total. There's no other size cups. There's not the thimble size. There you go. That's $5. Man, I'm really railing against. Oh well. What's this? And the other two, one is going to deal with ounces. So every small gives me how many ounces? 12. So how do I write the total ounces that the small cups give me? 12S. I love it. 12 times S plus 16M plus 20L equals what? Not 144. 6 of those. Of means multiply. 6 of these. Yeah, so what should that be? And then the third equation, of course, deals with the money. So for every small cup, how much money did they make? For every small cup sold, 12-ounce cup, how much money did they make? $1.75. So again, what do I do with a 1.75 and S? Yes, because, and this is why S is a bad choice for me. Let me make S, let me make that T for tiny. Or tall, and yes. Someone who's like getting a kick out of it. But does the fact that I multiply these doesn't make sense? If I had 3 tall cups sold, wouldn't that be 36 ounces? If I had 3 tall cups sold, wouldn't that be 3 times 175 to see how much money total that was? So how much money total was there made? 112.80, right? Right?
Yes, yes.
How much these contribute to that? 1.75 times how many of those you sold, plus, where to go? 210 times how many of those you sold, plus 235 for each one of those you sold. I know. Normally I can say this is the hard part. Now what's happening? Is everybody? I see some. You could, totally could, yeah. If you don't like decimals at all, you can kill them by multiplying by 100. In fact, a decimal is a fraction, right? They're just special fractions that fit in our number system because they're based on 10. So if I saw this in an equation, what would I multiply by to kill it? 10. Wouldn't I kill that? If I saw this, I'd multiply by 100. And what is 0.75? 75 over 100. Yeah. So if I multiply each of these by 100, the decimal moves over, it goes away. If you want to. You don't have to. Yeah. And then you can just start killing letters. All right. There I go, killing letters, man. All right. Is that enough for that one? Who asked about that one? I mean, that's the hard part of a word problem, is setting it up. I mean, now what would you do? You could multiply this first row by negative 12 and kill that t, right? Multiply by 175 if you kill that. Negative 175 and kill that t, right? Kill the t twice. Keep going. This kind of thing happens in most of these problems where you're multiplying the variable by something because it's $2 per cup, or it's 12 ounces per cup, and that per means I'm going to multiply because every one that I have gives me that many things. So if I have 2 of them, I get twice 12. If I have 3 of them, I get 3 times 12, so forth. That's why I multiply to make those things come together. Anything else from homework stuff? Yes.
Can we do 24 from 9.1?
I feel like I did some of that. Let me see. It looks familiar. So here's 24. Where'd it go? Here we go. By the way, I have some people solving a few things using quadratic formula. We officially don't know that yet. In section 9.1, we didn't learn matrices yet. So if you happen to be one of the few that love matrices, you cannot solve this with a matrix because this is before that section. You have to use the stuff we know by that section. All right. So what's the trouble here? What's the easiest letter to work with, to be honest? C. C kicks ass. Because all I got to do is take this row and add it to each of those, one at a time. Kills the C twice. Is that cool? Did you eventually hit like a, who asked this question? Did you eventually hit like a rough spot somewhere, or?
Yeah, I wasn't, I guess I didn't start with the right one.
No, you don't have to start with C. What did you kill?
I moved R2. Or I turned the first one into 1. And then I tried
Oh,
to
did
go
you
along
divide
with
by
it.
4?
I switched 4 to the bottom.
But then the 2 would have went up top. I don't understand. So
Oh
maybe.
no, R1 times negative R2.
Oh, plus. I don't
Yeah.
know sure what you're
No,
talking
I
about. So
don't
2
know.
things. No matrix here. You can't use a
Okay.
matrix. It's fine to come back and talk about equation 1 like it's row 1. That's no problem. It's still a row, but you can't use a matrix here, right? If you add this to negative twice this, then the A's will cancel, right? And you can do that here also. So the A is not that hard to work with either. It's just that the C is just wanting to die, right? The B is pretty easy too, so it almost doesn't matter which one you use. Because if you add these, the B's will cancel, right? So you pick a letter, kill it twice, and then you have a smaller system of equations that you can do stuff with. So which letter do you want to kill?
Can you show me how to do it with the A's?
With
I'm starting with the A's.
Oh, sure. So how would I make these die? If only there was a what here? It would kill this. A negative 4. So how do I make a negative 4 show up here? I multiply this row, this equation by... So if I multiply in by negative 2...
Well, aren't we trying to get 1 at the top?
Okay. So a matrix refocuses our attention on 1s and 0s. So it has its own little kind of game it plays. When I've got it just sitting here like I'm not allowed to use a matrix, you can try to make a 1, sure, because like there's a 1 here, right? So I'm essentially starting with this column. You don't have to start with the first column. You can start with any column you want to. My suggestion is just finish that column before you move to another one, so you don't lose a 0. So we could start with this because there's a 1 here, right? But there's no requirement to have a 1 here, especially before I get at matrices. I mean, it's the matrix that I realize that's kind of my goal. So then I made the process, I built it around that idea. You guys follow what I'm saying? I said if I can get a 1 there, I can make 0s, and 0s are my true goal. So 1s are sort of a part of that too now, right? Kind of made it part of the process. Here, all I want to do is kill a letter twice, right?
So it doesn't have to be the same matrix format?
Because I'm not going to use a matrix for this yet. This is section 9.1. This is before we learned matrices. We did a lot of these before we learned about matrices. Do you remember? Yeah, so on one level, it feels like there's more flexibility here, but the matrices have just as much flexibility, if not more, that you can work with. But here, there's no need for a 1. I just want to kill A twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's where I got mixed
All right,
up.
don't take what we learned later and force it on earlier stuff, because that doesn't make any sense. We didn't know that later shit when we hit this chapter, this section. So it can't possibly rely on that later stuff. Okay. It would still work if you made a 1 here, but there's no need for it, because it already kills those things. Those things will kill it just fine. Yeah. Okay, maybe. Anything else from homework stuff? Tomorrow we're going to have a quiz. Section 8.3 through 9.2. Does not include matrices yet. I have a feeling I need to allow some of you guys a little more time to play with those. You got me? So there will be a word problem in there, like from section 9.2. Oh yeah, I'll put some more in there. No. Okay. Anything else from homework stuff? Yes.
And all the tests and stuff, would you tell us to use matrices?
I
or
will.
not? Okay.
Totally. If I don't, you can choose whatever, but normally I have to ask you, so I make sure you can do it multiple different ways. Yeah. All right. So there's no more questions. I want to give you this here. I want to kind of start on this side. This is section 9.3, matrix stuff. We just talked about it, so I might as well do these first. But then on the other side, there's some section 8.3, 9.1, 9.2 stuff that kind of is going to help us review for tomorrow's quiz. So start with the matrix side, I think, since we just talked about it. Or if you don't want to look at that, start with the other side.